talk about a lot of virtual tabletops on this channel, and for good reason. They are amazing tools to make the titterpigs we love more accessible, though inevitably when I talk about them, I get people who say to me, well, I don't need all that stuff they offer, I just use Discord and some basic character sheets on a shared Google Sheets document. And honestly, that's fair. Not every game needs automated features, battle maps with walls and lighting effects, or all of this complicated nonsense that can be a real barrier to entry for online players. Sometimes cutting out all the fluff is a great way to keep the focus on the game and not all the bells and whistles. Still, having all your stuff on Google Sheets can be a little clunky, and if you want to make your own character sheets, well, I hope you know how to use Excel. I sure as hell don't. Well, thankfully, there is something just as easy to use that's way more visually appealing and has just a few optional bells and whistles to make it stand out above a spreadsheet. With a name that couldn't be any more on point, here's Character Sheet Online. Character Sheet Online is just that. Online character sheets. Using it couldn't be much easier. As a GM, you will create a room and select the game you're going to play. In that room, create sheets for each of your players, and you send them a link to their specific sheet along with a code to get in the room. Once in, they can freely fill in and edit their sheets, and any rolls made with the sheet or online dice roller are shared in chat with everyone else. Now, at this point, you might be asking, what makes this so unique compared to all the other VTTs I've talked about? Well, mostly it's that it asks very little of your players beyond filling out their character sheets and then clicking the buttons on them. They don't have to learn to use some new user interface. All they have to worry about is the sheet. And unlike the majority of virtual tabletops, it works quite well on even the slowest computers and on mobile and tablet. That means this isn't just a great tool for playing remotely, but you could also have players just using phones and tablets around a physical table if you really wanted, and use the chat as a way to share whispered information to specific players or share pictures and all that fun stuff. Now, I mentioned you can pick the game you want to play when you create the room, and Character Sheet Online has quite a few game systems ready for you to jump into, but the big draw for someone like me is the ability to create your own sheets. Now, keep in mind, parts of this are still under development, so it won't let you add as many automated features as you see in more robust VTTs, but honestly, the amount of customization here is enough to handle just about any system to varying degrees of success. I made sheets for the Cypher system and Fabula Ultima without much problem at all. You can add all kinds of elements, abilities, skills, stats, bars, pips, you name it. Plus, any element you add to the sheet that has a hash can be referenced in roll formulas. So if you and your players want to create custom dice rolls for certain actions in games, you can use that hash reference in a lot of ways. Plus, with the different tabs, it's just a really slick way to design a sheet to look how you want. Also, can I just say how much I appreciate the GM's view? You can easily see and reference all of your players' sheets at all times, and you get a little screen below to organize your adventures, your notes, and various pictures and handouts you can share with your players over the chat. They even have some shared ambient sound you can control. Now, I know there are going to be people saying, the VTT I use already does all of this and so much more. That's kind of the point. Yeah, I could take a helicopter to the convenience store down the street, but maybe sometimes I just want to walk. Is that a good metaphor? Probably not. Look, some folks just want a pared down, simple experience so their players can just focus on their character sheet, the game, and their friends. Do you have any idea how distracting all these tabs and buttons are to a person like me? Back in the day, we played with some paper, pencils, and dice, and that's it. This is the digital version of that, with just a few basic additions that don't get in the way of what is a pure experience. Oh, by the way, streamers, there is also a free streamer overlay so you can display character portraits and stuff like HP. Highly recommended. The only thing that could make it better is if there was an app for computers and phones that would allow you to have access to your stuff offline and have an even smoother experience. And oh wait, they have a Kickstarter going on right now. Plus, they're working on more optional features. So if you just need a battle map, well, there you go. And with stretch goals like integrated video chat, I'm gonna need y'all to get this thing firing off. I know this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I think for a lot of players, this might be exactly what you're looking for. At the very least, go make a free account and check out just what you can do. Now, I've got to chat a little with the creators, and they're rad people who deserve some attention. Go, donate, and let them know the guide sent ya. That was so dorky.